And another piece of Black history is being kept alive by the descendants of the first Black businessmen here in Texas. Amber Hughes shares the legacy of the Wilson Potters.
Many Black families in America can't trace their family lineage back to slavery, but the Wilson family of Capote, Texas, can trace their family history back to emancipation.
Bertha Wilson, and that's my grandmother.
Texas roots run deep for Paula King Harper.
I am actually fifth generation descendant of Hiram Wilson.
And Hiram was born a slave. In the 1850s, his owner brought him to Capote, Texas, near Seguin.
And we knew about Capote. I grew up going to Capote as a small child. I did not know about the history of the pottery, though.
While enslaved, Hiram and his brother learned the art of pottery making, a skill they continued to use after emancipation.
Hiram embarked on his own business, and James partnered with them, and so they created H. Wilson and Company, and they are known as the first Black entrepreneurs in Texas.
Now, centuries later, his descendants keep Hiram's legacy alive through the Wilson Pottery Foundation.
We are celebrating the 10th anniversary of the museum.
Inside the Sebastopol house in Seguin, you can find their handcrafted pottery on display.
So they use crocks for everything, whether it was to store lard, milk, they churned butter.
Some of their pottery is even at the Smithsonian in D.C. and museums across Texas.
The Wilson history itself is part of Texas' historical fabric.
The State Register of Historic Places includes 3 Wilson pottery sites.
So here we do have some first site Wilson pieces.
But unfortunately, the foundation itself doesn't own many of the artifacts, which now cost thousands of dollars each.
That is one of our goals, is to actually own our own stamped piece. These are very valuable, and they don't come cheap.
But as she looks at these shards, Paula can't help but think about Juneteenth, her ancestor being able to own 100 acres of land post-slavery.
They hit the ground running with their business, and they showed us that you may be enslaved once, but you don't have to be enslaved forever. He graduated Wiley College. He actually came back and started some schools and some churches.
A legacy of freedom from former slaves to hundreds of descendants celebrating today.
I love our heritage. I didn't ask to be born into this family, but I'm glad that I was.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more refreshing stories about your community, click the subscribe button over here. You can also download our Spectrum News app and tune in to Channel 55 on Dish and DirecTV to get live news coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you then.